Hi, it's me, Sheila Wolk, and I'm here to introduce my Grayscale Fairy Fantasy Adult Coloring Book. And this is a flip book, and hope you will enjoy this. I've been getting a lot of requests to do Grayscale. Grayscale is just taking my paintings and shooting them in black and white. So this is the first one. Then I'll have the mermaid grayscale, and then I'll have the angel grayscale. And here's the front, here's the back. Pardon my hands, my old hands. I'm sitting by the window, bay window, so you can see. And this is the grayscale one. And the other backs are going to have more pictures of more complete series of books. So here we go. Let me start flipping. And that's the introduction page, and who this belongs to, and that you colored it. And yes, I have pencils, and I've been coloring in my books too. Listen, I've been hearing the people criticize my books, and I listened, and I moved the images over to keep the border near the spine. So thank you for a young lady on YouTube that reviewed my book, and she said that the border was hitting too much in the margins, so I've been pushing it out. The problem with Amazon is if you move it too far over, they won't print the book. So, pardon my old hands. I've been in this business a long time, 24 years, or right now 25 years, in sports art and dry spot. And I also had 25 years into sports art. I was pretty well known in that arena. But, and then a couple years in between with fine art, just heavy fine art paintings, more suitable for museums. Okay, so here's Sanctuary, special delivery. There's 2 of each. There's 25 altogether, and one-sided printing. So if it goes through, bleeds through, it won't interrupt anything on that side. I do suggest you putting paper or a board in between. If you're coloring with a lot of pressure, just use a piece of cardboard in between. You know, or sometimes people have those FedEx envelopes at home or whatever, and stick it in between so you can push down. It's a series I did on stem flitties. Now I see that a lot of people in groups like darker grayscale. Other people like lighter, so I did a little of each, okay, to make everybody happy, hopefully. This is the Stem Flitty series, moving right along. Here's a little series I did of these beautiful little cherubs, fairies, cherub fairies. Becca's Bounty and Jillian's Joy. These are beautiful colored orchids, and daisies. I even suggested to one person to paint the daisies in different colors. That'd be a lot of fun. Buds in Bloom, moving right along. Sideways so you get the whole painting in. It started out with 12 birds. I have a sketch in the back that you can color of a small amount of birds, and it ended up, the major painting ended up to have 77 birds. Here it's 77. Good luck. Took me 2 years to paint it. Now, these are all the same pictures I had in the line book, just the the first coloring book I came out with, of the lines, contour lines. So it's up to you in preference, what you would rather prefer coloring on. So if anybody doesn't know what grayscale is, that's when you can press lightly and color in the let's say yellow, and it'll turn darker on its own by the transparency of the gray in the background. So it is a helpful trick for a lot of colorists. It saves them a lot of time. Here I put in a dark background, but you could put blue over it, or a deep red if you want, deep green. This was a cover for a movie, The Other World. It's a beautiful lamp now. You should see that lamp. It's really pretty. Field of Dreams, everybody knows that one. A lot of green. To use colored pencils. Actually, I bought a whole array of Crayola pencils. Now Crayola actually, and I don't work for them, has these twist pencils, and it's a finer lead, so you can use the crayons plus the colored pencils plus the twist pencils that are a finer line, and they won't break. It's like lead in a mechanical pencil. It's really neat. So I've been working with those and having fun. I'll show you one that I did in another book in a minute. Here's the one, the sketch I started out. This was actually my beginning sketch to do the idea of Call of the Wild. And just those few birds ended up to be 77. But I thought you would enjoy doing that one. It's easier. Here we go. This is Once Upon a Dream, all the little fairy animals. Can't forget the little mouse is in there too, a fairy mouse. I love that piece. I had more fun painting it too. Page in Time, that's where all the butterflies land on parchment of time, and they know that they used to be a fairy. So today's fairies in reality are butterflies. That's my imagination. This is Bliss. Comes in pretty yellows and oranges and beautiful shades of green if you wish. They usually make the fairies with blonde, very soft red hair. It's one of the few pieces I did with deep red hair. The deep red hair I usually save for my mermaids, you know, ocean, fish, deep red hair. Why not? Okay, here's a Chameleon, a close-up. It's easier, so you really get to paint, color more of her than all the background. So that's a cropped image of her in the back. And this is also a close-up cropped image of Sanctuary, so you don't have to paint all the landscaping. I hope you can see this. So that's more of a close-up of her. And this is the last one in the book. Welcome to My World, who happens to be a real shaman named David. His name is Lionfire. He can be found in all the different sites. Very popular in Facebook also. Nice man, wonderful guy. Okay, so that's that. A couple pages in the back to test out your colors if you want, or to see the saturation. If you dare to use markers or watercolor, I do suggest using parchment paper or any kind of paper, or cut it out of the book and paint it. So here's the back, like I showed you before. The other books will be, I don't know if you can see this, highlighted in the color where it's the next book. So this one is this fairy book. And I promised you, here's the just recent book I did on my fantasy creatures, which is a lot of fun, and I marked the page. I was doing this, and that is actually Crayola colored pencils. And I got 50 colors for $8 in Amazon. And they really, you know, they're a waxy pencil. When I paint, I use soft pastels. I couldn't do that. The whole thing would smear. But they make pastel pencils, too. That if you're careful, you can use the real soft one and blend it with a Q-tip or a stub, but you'd have to spray it with hairspray or a fixative. Not highly recommended for a coloring book, actually. Go the other way. But I thought that turned out kind of nice, considering it's a cheaper brand of coloring pencil. So, and I was overlaying, and I can blend, and I did put a piece of cardboard in the back. Okay, so that's it, and I'm out with the first of the fairy books, and then the second one will be Mermaid, third one will be Angels, and then towards the end near Christmas I'll be running a sale. Hopefully. We'll see how it goes. So I hope you're all well. See you next time. Have a good day. Thank you for watching. Bye.